Well, today's the first day of spring officially, and I gotta tell you, I've been ready for it. It's about time as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking forward to the warmer weather and being able to get out and work with the calves. A lot of people know I raised a few head of show calves, and my son shows cattle now, so we got to get back into working with the show calves and stuff. And I enjoy doing that, so I always enjoy springtime when I get back into doing that. So um, we'll be starting to wash calves and lead calves around and everything here coming up in the next couple weeks anyway, and start getting ready for show season and getting ready for the summer here. So I'm excited. It's always nice to when you change season, especially from winter to spring. I know for me it's been kind of a long winter, and I think a lot of people it's probably been a long winter. It kind of always is. Seems like winter's always pretty long and takes a while to kind of actually get over and everything. So I'm excited. I'm always excited this time of year. I like springtime. Like the spring. Getting into the springtime. I'm a baseball fan. St. Louis Cardinals are my team. So getting into spring training has been going on for a while now, and we're getting ready to start some actual games here pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited. The World Baseball Classic this year has been excellent. Just a lot of things to be excited about this spring. A lot of things to be excited about right now. At least from my standpoint anyway, from what I like. Team USA has made the finals of the World Baseball Classic, trying to defend their title of the World Baseball Classic from a few years ago. They'll find out who they play later on tonight. Regardless, I think there's just a lot of things that we can be grateful for, and living in America, I think, is one of the greatest things that we can be grateful for. I don't really agree with the leadership of the country right now. That's pretty, if you know me or watched any of the videos in the past, any of my videos in the past, I think you'd understand that I'm not a big fan of the leadership of this country right at the moment. However, I do think this is still a great country. I do still think that this is a country that we're very blessed to be living in. And America is a very very good country to live in. The United States of America is, I think, it's the best country in the world because we have the freedoms that and it's written in our Constitution. The freedoms are protected by God, and are given by God and protected by the government. While there's a lot of things you can talk about with the leadership of the government today and the people in power today, there's still a lot of good things about this country. Obviously, there definitely some parts of the government. There's some people in the government that are trying to take away some of those freedoms. However, they really can't, because we're these freedoms that we're given. We're not given by the government. They're given. They're rights given by God to be protected by the government, the United States of America, and they cannot be infringed upon. And I think that's something that's important to remember and understand, especially when we're talking. I'm very grateful to live in this country. I always have been, even when I don't agree with the politics. The politicians in power. I still feel very grateful to live in this country because there's a lot of countries that you think have freedom, but that really don't have the freedom that we enjoy today. A lot of those countries you can get, fined or put in jail even for speaking out against something that they find that you shouldn't be speaking out against or don't agree with. That the people in power don't agree with. They can have you fined or put in jail. Everyone talks about all these other countries have freedom, but we look at all these other countries, mainly look at Canada just a few years ago. They were freezing those truckers' bank accounts for protesting when they were protesting a few years ago during the COVID lockdowns and the COVID, all that stuff, in 2020. They were freezing their bank accounts. They were, fining them all kinds of things for protesting, something that we take for granted here in America because it's a very important part, being able to speak out. That's why I am very grateful to live in America, in the United States of America, because I do believe we have these freedoms that even though these other countries say they have, they really don't. Because you get the wrong person in power, you get people in power that don't agree with that, they're going to change it. The United States has a lot harder time doing that, and I know there's some politicians that are trying, there's definitely a lot that are trying to change everything about this country. I'm very pro Second Amendment. That's pretty easy to, for me to say. But there's a lot of politicians, a lot of people that don't agree with it. And trying to change that. That's a completely different deal. But hey, regardless, it's spring 2023. I'm excited. I'm excited for the weather to change. It's starting to warm up a little bit. This week's looking a little nicer up here in Iowa. We got a chance of rain, I think, tomorrow and Wednesday. But I'm excited. The weather's starting to change. It's starting to warm up. It's getting time to start working with the calves. Working with the show calves. Start thinking about what we're going to do this summer. Start thinking about some of the shows we're going to go to. Start thinking about just some of the things we're ready to do. I'm a big fan. I like grilling. I love grilling. Anything I can grill, I love doing. Grilling, all that stuff. Lighting a fire and roasting hot dogs or whatever, s'mores, all that stuff. It gets me excited, especially early on, and especially getting close to fishing time. Early on, especially, I love fishing early in the spring when the water's still cold. That is the best time to eat fish, is when the water's still cold, early spring, and it's getting to that time of year too. So just be grateful that you live in this country. If you live in the United States, be grateful you live here. Enjoy the spring, enjoy the weather. Enjoy the weather warming up here. It's going to be getting nice here very, very soon, and get out and do what you love outside, because I tell you what, it's been a long winter, and I am so glad it's springtime now, and the weather's changing. We're getting warmer, and it's time. It is definitely time to get out and start doing some things you enjoy outside. If you like the video, check out this one.